BNB has been one of the most powerful crypto assets in the industry, thanks to its parent exchange, Binance. But now, Binance is facing some rough times, and the future of its business is uncertain. And this could be bad news for BNB. The situation that we're watching develop with BNB isn't much different than what we've been seeing with XRP over the past 2 years. A strong team with a lot of money is facing government suppression, but their supporters will be rewarded when they come out on the other side. At the very least, the funds will be safe. Let's get it. Welcome to BitSquad Crypto. My name is Ben. In this video, we're going to talk about BNB, Binance Coin. Hey, if Binance Coin wanted to list Bitcoin, I wouldn't be mad. Binance is the biggest exchange in the world, and it has its own token, BNB, which has a few different utilities other than FTT. FTT had no utility, by the way. BNB can be used for transaction fees on the Binance Smart Chain network, similar to gas on the Ethereum network, but it also can be used for the original use case, getting discounts on trading on the Binance exchange, and it can even be spent using a Binance credit card. Exchange tokens have gotten a bad reputation since FTX fell apart, of course, for good reason, because of the fact that there was no value or utility behind it, and most of it was controlled by the team. BNB actually has utility and is used by millions of people around the world. It's more centralized than Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course, but much less fragile than FTT, the exchange token for FTX. BNB reached an all-time high of about $600 in the previous bull run. However, like much of the crypto market, it's cooled off and it's currently sitting at about 250 bucks. It's actually held up surprisingly well, considering all of the drama that Binance has had to deal with over the past year. It's not really its fault. This just goes to show how respected they are across the board when it comes to this industry. Unfortunately, Binance has become public enemy #1 for regulators here in the US, and there are always rumors floating around that some massive enforcement action is coming against the exchange, or the CZ is getting arrested. Some rumors suggested that an arrest warrant was going to be coming for Binance founder CZ. Of course, I hope that doesn't happen, but anything, of course, is possible. We've seen good people gone after in this space plenty of times. You never want to underestimate the feds, but it is more likely that Binance will end up facing steep fines and then be able to carry on business as usual. This will still be a risky play, though, similar to XRP. There's a lot that will be in the hands of a judge and regulators. It's like a jury, you gotta trust them with your life. The price is being unnaturally suppressed though, because of this, and it's hard to imagine a multi-billion-dollar company like Binance going down without a fight. They may have to change some things about their business, but they aren't going away. They've got $1 billion to fight it. At some point, the case is going to come to an end, and when it does, that price suppression will be over, and the token will be able to fly past its previous all-time highs, as long as things are still going in a good direction. If you want to fly past your personal all-time high, be sure to become a member of the BitSquad by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel. We're cooler than that weird group of theater kids you hung out with in high school. Also, thank you to Steak for sponsoring this video. We love them. Let's get back to it though. A lot of people in the US underestimate just how big Binance is in the rest of the world, how mainstream their services are for some countries. For our purposes though, timing is extremely important. If the government drags their feet like they have with XRP, this case could still be happening deep into the next bull run, if the SEC is still around by then. If you have heavy BNB bags at that point, you're going to be disappointed watching everything else take off. So even though our goal here is to become a millionaire with just BNB, I have to suggest you keep your portfolio diverse to a manageable level, so you aren't all in on an asset that has any level of regulatory uncertainty, especially one that's backed by an exchange that sees the value in altcoins. You're still going to want some exposure though, just in case they're able to wrap all this up in the next bull run. Let's dive into some estimations. If BNB was to reach its previous all-time high of $600 in the next bull run, you would need about 1,670 BNB to hit that $1 million mark. Now, I do have to say this. BNB was one of the most ripping coins in the last bull run. Started in the bear market actually. In the bear market, that thing, I think it was around, it started out, I think just maybe 25 cents or something. I don't remember exactly the price, but I remember one time in the bear market, it was at $5. It went to 600. That's a 300X, just like Cardano did. The difference is Cardano plummeted in the bear market to a very low number because it was launched in the bull market. Binance Coin really started getting popular in the bear market. So one thing I say commonly is, if a coin outperforms the rest of the market dramatically, like BNB did in general, there is many of those coins that don't make an all-time high in the next bull run. And I think when you look at Binance here, now, by the way, this is me speaking, not AJ. AJ writes all these scripts, but I felt this was important. I need to stop this video and tell you, is that while we're gonna look at these high numbers for BNB, when you look at the timing of this lawsuit against them and the enforcement action, combined with already had some marks against it for way outperforming, which is usually not a good sign for multiple bull runs in a row, just be cautious. And that is why I think AJ did say, make sure to diversify your portfolio. It's more important probably with BNB right now than any of the coins that we've talked about, other than probably XRP when we talked about it before the lawsuit ended, because there were some things that if it would have happened, would have been bad for XRP. Thank God it didn't. If BNB was to reach its previous all-time high though, if it did, if $600 next bull run, 1,670 BNB to hit the $1 million mark. At today's price of $250 per BNB, that would mean a current investment of around $417,500. But what if BNB flies past its previous all-time high, the SEC is defunded, Gary Gensler falls off a cliff, let's say it doubles to $1,200 per coin, which it still has a high price right now, so definitely not ruling it out. You would be a millionaire if you held about 834 BNB, which translates to an investment of roughly $208,500 today. Pushing the boundaries a bit more, if BNB were to triple its previous all-time high, reaching $1,800 per BNB, you would need only 556 BNB, costing around $139,000 at the current price. Numbers like these aren't very realistic for most people who are living paycheck to paycheck, of course. Just break it down further. If you invest $1,000 at the current price of $250, you would stack 4 BNB. If BNB were to hit its previous all-time high of $600, your $1,000 investment would potentially grow to $2,400. Well, not potentially. If it did that exactly, it would do that. That's not bad, but you could probably do a lot better with dollar cost averaging, which means consistently buying a set amount over time, whether the market is up or down. There are two methods of dollar cost averaging. You can buy on a scheduled basis, like once a week or once a month, or set targets for whenever prices are low to ensure a lower average. Both strategies are great, and both would capture different price points over time, but just for the sake of the conversation, let's stick with our $250 average price. Say you decide to invest $100 per month in BNB for a year at an average price of $250 per BNB. You'd end up with about 4.8 BNB at the end of the year. BNB shoots back to its previous all-time high of $600. That $1,200 investment could potentially turn into about $2,800, $2,880 to be exact, more than double. Sure, BNB doesn't have the moonshot potential that it used to when you could get it for $40 back in 2021 or much less earlier on. But that doesn't mean it's not a safer play than some of the more volatile altcoins out there. Keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with a double up. Better safe than sorry. That's all I got. Be blessed. Bye-bye.